All right, so 2.13 extended. Here we go.
On the AP Pre-Calculus exam, FRQ number 4 will require students to solve various logarithmic and exponential function without using a calculator. Below are a part of the directions students will see on this free response problem along with 2 sample questions that could appear on these FRQs. No calculators allowed. Determine the exact value of any expression that can be obtained without a calculator. For example, log base 2 of 8 can be written as 3. Combined terms using algebraic methods and rules for exponents were applicable.
All right, so what's 2x plus 3x? What would I rewrite that as? 5x. How do I work with 5 to the power of 2 times 5 to the power of 3? What do these, this is multiplying with same bases, so what do we do to our exponents? We add them. So now this is 5 to the power of 5. This is really x to the power of what? 3. What do we do with natural log 3 plus natural log 5? This is really natural log of how much?
8.
No. 15, because adding means what? Multiplying. All right, so this would be natural log of 15. All right, so now let's put that into practice working with number 1. And so now we have this f of x, and we need to set it equal to e to the 1/2. All right, and so here we go. So now I have e to the x to the power of 5 over e to the power of 1/4 is equal to e to the power of 1/2. Well, how do I start solving for x? What do I have to do with this denominator? I need to multiply by it. And so if I multiply that on both sides, I'd get rid of it on that side, and then I'd have e to the 1/2 times e to the 1/4. Well, what is e to the 1/2 times e to the 1/4? What do I do with my exponents? I add them. Okay, so I need common denominators. So how should I think of 1/2? 2/4. So now my right side is really e to the 3/4. And now I have e to the x to the power of 5. Well, what happens there? What do I really have there? E to the... What do you do with a power to a power? You do what to them? You multiply them. So now I have e to the power of 5x. And so now what can we do? We can get rid of our e's, okay? We can do the 1-to-1. And so now I'd have 5x is equal to 3/4. And so then I solve for x by dividing by 5. And so now I have 3 over 20. All right, and there we go. Pretty good? Cool. Let's look at the next one. So now I have, this is my g of x, and I'm going to set g of x equal to 3e and solve for x. So here we go. And so now I'd have 8e to the 3x minus e equals 3e. All right, so what's my first step? I add e. And so now I have 8e to the 3x is equal to how many e's? 4 e's. Do I have an exponential equal to a number yet? No, I don't. So let's get the exponential equal to a number. So how do we do that? Divide by 8. So we're going to divide by 8. And so now we have e to the 3x is equal to 1/2 e. I'm cool with that for now. All right, so now we have 1/2 e. And so now, how do we get to x? Right now it's an exponential form, so what could we do? Put it in log form. And so now I'd have log base what? E. Well, what is log base e? Natural log. So now I have natural log of what? 1/2 e, which is equal to 3x, my b. And so now what do I do? How do I solve for x? Multiply by, or divide by 3, which is multiplying by 1/3. So x is equal to 1/3 natural log of 1/2 e. Now, I personally think that this is good. I really do. However, I want to go further, okay? I honestly think that would be okay. However, let's go further in case they don't like that. What is this 1/2 and e doing? They're multiplying. So everybody agree with that? Okay? And so what does multiplying do? How could I break them up? No, I add. All right? And so if I were to expand this, I'd have 1/3 and then times natural log of 1/2 plus natural log of e. Does everybody follow what I'm saying here? All right. And so now, what is natural log of e? 1. All right. Because it's like e to the power of what gives me e to the power of 1. So it'd be 1. There's two things that I really need you to understand. Natural log of e is 1, and natural log of 1 is 0. Okay? Those should be like instant almost. All right? And so that natural log of e goes to 1. Now, this natural log of 1/2, okay? Where did this 2 thing go? It went to the basement, right? You see how it's in the fraction form? So this is like, it goes to the basement. And so this is really 2 to the power of what? -1. And so if I were to rewrite this, I could say it's natural log of 2 to the negative first, right? And so what does that -1 actually do? It actually is that power property. And so it could come out front. And so now I'd end up having negative natural log of 2 plus 1 times 1/3. And so these are equivalent, and I need you to understand how to work with them back and forth, okay? Again, I think that this is okay. However, if it's a multiple choice and they went here, I need you to be able to get there, all right?